It was a night when the desert breathed fire and shadows danced across the canyon walls. The stars, cold and distant, flickered like dying embers above the wasteland of dust and bone. Rancher Samuel Clay had been tracking the trail of a wounded wolf that had taken one of his calves, but what he found instead was something far more haunting. A faint sound, half whimper, half command, sliced through the silence. "Easy, don't move." The voice trembled, yet carried the weight of courage. Samuel froze, his hand halfway to his revolver. He turned slowly and saw her. An Apache girl, no more than 20, her dress torn and blood-streaked, aiming a trembling arrow straight at his chest. Her dark eyes, wild and desperate, burned with both fear and defiance. Behind her, smoke rose faintly in the distance. A village burning. Samuel could tell from the firelight that she had fled something terrible. Her breath came in ragged gasps, and her bare feet were cut and bleeding. For a long moment neither moved, predator and prey both unsure which was which. Then the bowstring slipped from her fingers. She staggered forward, eyes rolling back, and collapsed into the dirt. Samuel hesitated, torn between fear and compassion. Every rancher in the territory knew better than to get involved in Apache affairs. But as he knelt beside her, he saw the unmistakable signs of torture: bruises, lash marks, burns. Whoever had done this wasn't Apache. They were soldiers, maybe bounty hunters. "You're safe now," he whispered, more to himself than her. He lifted her into his arms, feeling her trembling against his chest. She weighed almost nothing. The moonlight caught her face, delicate, scarred, and strangely peaceful now that she'd fainted. He carried her back toward his cabin, every step echoing in the quiet desert, haunted by the feeling that his life had just changed forever. When she awoke, she was wrapped in a blanket lying on his bed. Her bow and arrows rested on the table untouched. Samuel sat across the room, whittling a piece of wood, pretending not to watch her. "You're safe here," he said quietly. "Ain't nobody gonna hurt you." The girl's eyes darted around, still wild like a trapped doe. "Why?" she rasped, voice dry as dust. "Why help me?" Samuel looked up, his weathered face unreadable. "Because someone should have helped my wife when she needed it," he said, voice thick with something heavy. The girl's eyes softened just for a heartbeat. "They killed her too?" she asked. He nodded once, jaw clenched. "War takes what it wants. Doesn't care who's right." Days passed. She said little, but Samuel learned her name, Ayanna. She had been captured by a band of outlaws posing as soldiers, who raided her village for trade goods and captives. She escaped, but not before watching her brother shot trying to protect her. The story twisted inside Samuel's chest like a knife. He had fought in the war himself, done things he wasn't proud of, but seeing her strength after such loss, it made him question what civilized really meant. She helped around the ranch despite her injuries, refusing pity. Sometimes he caught her humming softly while she worked, a tune that seemed older than the mountains themselves. One night, thunder rolled across the plains. Samuel was repairing a fence when he saw riders in the distance, 6 of them, shadows moving fast, torches burning bright. His blood ran cold. They were coming for her. He ran inside. "Ayanna, get down," he barked. She grabbed her bow, eyes fierce again. "No, I fight." But Samuel shook his head. "You'll do no such thing. You're safe here. They kill you," she said flatly. "Then they kill me." He looked at her, a silent moment passing between them, defiance meeting devotion. "Maybe," he said softly, "but I ain't letting them take another innocent soul on my watch." The riders reached the gate, shouting her name, threatening to burn the place down if Samuel didn't hand her over. He stepped outside, rifle in hand, his figure framed by the lightning flashing across the sky. "Ain't nobody here by that name," he called. One of the men laughed. "We know she's in there, old man. Step aside." Samuel raised his rifle. "Turn back while you can." The leader sneered and fired first. The next few minutes were chaos. Gunfire cracked, thunder roared, and Samuel moved with the deadly precision of a man who'd lived too long on the edge. He took down 2 before a bullet grazed his shoulder. Inside, Ayanna trembled, gripping her bow. She could hear the fight outside, Samuel grunting in pain, boots scuffling in the mud. Something inside her snapped. She ran out into the storm, loosing an arrow that struck one of the attackers clean in the chest. The leader turned his gun toward her, but before he could fire, Samuel's last bullet found its mark. The man dropped, torch tumbling from his hand, setting the ground ablaze. When the smoke cleared, Samuel lay in the dirt, bleeding but alive. Ayana knelt beside him, tears mixing with rain. You fool, she whispered, pressing her hands over his wound. Why you do this? He managed a weak smile. Told you. You're safe now. She pressed her forehead against his, sobbing. You saved me, she said. Now I save you. She tore part of her dress to bandage him, working through the night until the bleeding stopped. By dawn, the fire had died, and the world was silent again, except for the steady sound of his breathing. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps bring more powerful stories like this one. Stories of courage, redemption, and the unbreakable human spirit. Subscribe now, hit the bell icon, and be part of our storytelling family.